crazy. There's some people who are buying houses without even seeing them first. I strongly advise against that. Why? Because once you see the houses, you might see that they're not nearly as nice as they look in the pictures. My name is Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Living Center and IvyMasters.com. Today we're going to look at Test 5, Section 1, number 30. Number 30 is asking you to look at the information in the figure. Now, whenever you look at information in the figure, make sure you check out the figure. Look at it top to bottom. Make sure you understand if there's an X and Y axis, what they mean. Pick it apart before you look at the answer choices. Just like that will save you from making a bad purchase on the house. This will save you from choosing a bad answer choice. 30 reads, which statement is best supported by the information provided in Figure 1? So we go to Figure 1. And in Figure 1, what do we see? Organic yield as a percent of conventional yield by crop type. Notice there's no label for a vertical axis. There's only a label for a horizontal axis, which is the percent. And what you see is the black dot is all crops, the gray dot is fruits, open triangles, oilseed crops, close square, gray square, cereals, open circles, vegetables. And at the bottom it says, at 100%, organic yield is the same as the conventional yield. The number of observations for each crop type is shown in parentheses. So what I want you to focus on is number one, this caption here, at 100% the organic yield is the same as a conventional yield, and also the title, which is organic yield as a percent of conventional yield by crop type. So if we see gray circle is fruits, and fruits is very close to 100%. Let's say that's 98%. In other words, if you had a conventional field where you could grow 100 apple trees, you could only grow 98 apple trees in that same space. Now let's look down here, which is open circle vegetables. It looks like maybe it's 64. What that means is if you had a field where you could grow 100 carrots, you can only grow 64 carrots in that same field. So in other words, make sure you understand what's going on here. Look at how I pulled it apart before I look at the answer choices. Now I go down to number 30 and I see what my answer choices are. The organic yield as a percent of conventional yield is greater for vegetables than for fruits. Not even close. Actually, vegetables is the lowest, around 64. Fruits is the highest, around 98. So we go to answer choice B. The organic yield as a percent of conventional yield is similar for cereals and all crops. Let's check it out. Let's see where cereals are and all crops. Well, cereals are the box, all crops are the black circle. And look, they're right on top of each other, right here. So it looks like they are about the same. Looks like they're both around 70%. A lot of times students do not pick this answer because they're like, oh well, all crops is much higher than cereals. But remember, there's no vertical axis here measuring anything. There's only a horizontal axis. And if they're both around 70, then they're about the same. Looks like we have found our answer. We'll go through the others and see why those are wrong. Answer choice C reads, the reported number of observations for each crop type exceeds 82. So remember that other part of this caption, which says the number of observations for each crop type is shown in parentheses. And we can see for fruits, there's only 14. For oilseed crops, there's only 28. Exceeds means more than, so that's not going to be your correct answer either. Answer choice D. The organic yield as a percentage of conventional yield is greater for vegetable crops than it is for oilseed crops. As we saw below, vegetable crops was the lowest over here around 64. Oilseed crops, triangle, looks like it's around 87 or so. And so that's why answer choice D is wrong. The correct answer here is B. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. If you have trouble figuring out figures for SAT reading, then you can tag someone, anyone who you know has trouble with those figures. So any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. Click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.